Anyway, I just had to unplug the battery on the camera to get it to start up. Goddamn GoPro idiots. For the amount of money they charge for that shit, they should work every damn time. But does it? No, no it doesn't. And my Yi 4K action cam has a single problem. It would stop recording after 13 or 30 seconds sometimes. That was it. It was the only problem it had. Everything else worked perfectly every time. This camera, oh, sometimes you hit the record button, nothing happens. Sometimes it uses all the battery while just sitting there not being used. Sometimes it stops recording when it feels like it. Sometimes you can't turn it on. Sometimes you plug it into the computer doesn't recognize it. You have to unplug the battery again. There's got to be like 10 different problems with this camera, and for 450 bucks like the one for it, it better damn work. Compare that to the Yi action cam, which is what, 70 some odd bucks. It has one single issue. This $450 GoPro has 10 plus. It's stupid. Fix it, GoPro. Make a camera that actually works. Yeah, like I said, this camera was a gift from my wife because she heard me complain about the other camera and I would stop recording after 30 seconds, so she went out and spent 400 bucks on this, thinking that would be a good camera. Well, when it works, it's great. Unfortunately, it stops working way too often. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know, point in griping about it, I guess, because it's not going to help anything anyway. They're not going to fix it. They're going to come up with some stupid firmware update that fixes some idiot stuff that nobody wants, or adds a feature that's completely unnecessary. And if you want a better camera, well, you're just going to have to buy the GoPro Hero 9 Black Edition Super Duper XYZ Turbo. You know, because it's better. Like, well, I don't believe so. I doubt it. They've just gotten too complicated. Just have it do what it's supposed to do and nothing else. You hit the button, it records. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need anything else. I don't need the slow-mo features. I don't need stabilization. I don't need any of that stuff. Hit the button, record. Every time. That's all I want. And by God, and if there's a problem with the memory card, and you can't write to the memory card for a second or two, instead of just stopping recording and not saying anything about it, of course it doesn't even stop recording, it just kind of hangs. Instead of doing that, how about you just stop the recording for that clip and start a new clip, and kind of have some error message going, you know, beepity 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 beepity, something happened, but hey, we're still recording. Or maybe just a beep 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 because something went wrong, instead of just sitting there silently not recording for 5 minutes, and then I do cool stuff in my plane and I come back and like, oh cool, I didn't record any of that. Goddamn people, I tell you. GoPro, pieces of junk. Do not buy GoPro, buy something else, because there's no point in supporting them when all they're going to put out is shit. You know, buy a cheap cam, because it'll have problems too, but hey, at least you don't feel like you got taken because you paid 400 bucks for it. You know, go get one of them 1080p crappy cams that you can get on eBay or Amazon for 30 bucks. I'm sure the quality is kind of crappy, but hey, it works probably. Wouldn't be surprised at all if that works every time without fail. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. So yeah, I mean, what's more important? Quality footage and sound when it works, or just to get something every time you record? All of it every time I record. I mean, from the moment I hit the button to the next time I hit the button, it should be recording. Like I said, if just a memory card issue, well, stop the recording of that clip, start a new one, let the user know that, hey, something happened. But, you know, we were nice enough to start a new recording because the previous one stopped working. That's just me griping, I guess. But it just seems like that's everything these days. You can't buy anything that actually works 100% what it should these days. Like, oh yeah, it's kind of sort of works, but you know, well, sometimes it doesn't. Like, why? What happened to good old days with things you bought it worked every time from the beginning? You know? I mean, I grew up with Commodore 64 and everything, and there was no patching a game back then. You released it and it better work. Of course, there are some games that actually had a bug and were released that way so you couldn't actually finish the game. But for the most part, I mean, games worked. That was it. You didn't have to download 10 gigabyte of patching the first day because, you know, they screw something up. But that seems to be everything, no matter what it is these days. I mean, I got a little USB stick. What is it called? Screen Beam. Yeah, Screen Beam 2 Mini. That's what it's called. Allows you to, you know, beam your screen from your tablet or whatever phone to the TV. So if I want to watch some YouTube video or something, I want to watch it on the TV, I just bring it up on the tablet, start the Screen Beam, and I can see it on the TV. Well, sometimes it doesn't work. But why not? Other times you start it and it plays for about 5 seconds, then next thing you know, you get snow on the TV. Sound continues, but you get snow on the TV for a couple of seconds, and then it goes back again eventually. Yeah, I can't think this would work anymore. What happened to that? What happened to having pride in your stuff that you do and you release a product and you test it and you know that it works every time? Nobody does it anymore. They just hurry up and get it to market and then like, oh, we'll fix everything else in with some patches later on. Screw that. Release a product that's 100%. You won't have to do that. And anybody listening, release an action cam that can record 4K 60 FPS and nothing else. That's all it does. And have it work every time, all the time. I will buy it. I don't care if I spend $300 on a crappy cam like that. I shouldn't have to, but apparently that's what I have to do. Because $400 GoPros don't work.